What up guys, HipHop Heads here. I couldn't get to this review last time because we got kicked out and the battery were dying. It was just a whole bunch of shit that we couldn't get to. So I wasn't able to do this review last time, but I was like, fuck it, gotta get this thing out.
We should probably start the show. See, everything you heard before was probably a warm-up. I got thousands of songs we could do. I could be here till 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. Don't give a fuck. Just like, you know, like crazy. So that real hip-hop is over.
It's the PRhyme review, but I don't have anything to show you here.
As far as me, I'm still caught up in all the gun shit. Still calling my bullets expendables cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one clip.
First, before I even start this shit, if anyone in Canada has a copy of this album and they're willing to sell it to me for close to retail price, please hit me up at the email, the comments, the something, please. I really want this album and I can't find it here. Ordering it's just so fucking expensive. So if you can sell it to me and you're in Canada for close to retail price, that would be awesome. So yeah, this is my favorite album that came out on the 9th. Obviously of all the other albums, the E40, the Ghostface and the J. Cole album. And I knew this thing was gonna be good. As soon as I found out that they were doing a collab album, I was just waiting for this shit to drop ever since then. I can't remember when they announced it, it was a long time. And this is the type of hip hop that I love. Dope, 90s, New York, heavy scratching, jazz, blues sampling, that's Primo's production, and then Royce's lyrical, like punchline, metaphors, flow. He brings all that shit together in an MC. Royce is one of my favorite MCs and Premier is one of my favorite producers. So the fact that they came together and did this shit, it's expected to do really well. Unlike Killer Mike LP, where it's just like you don't know what this is going to really happen. This one was expected to do really well, and it did, I think, in my opinion. I just love this sort of sound in hip-hop, so I already knew that I was going to like this album coming into it. And shit, I wasn't disappointed. This is their first album together. I checked all of Gangstar's albums. I checked most of Royce's work except for the Bard's ones. I need to check those out because apparently people say that those mixtapes are crazy. Other than that, I've checked all of Royce's albums out. And so I'm familiar with these people. I have high expectations for these guys. And I mean, Royce and Preem did work together before. Preem did executively produce Street Hop, and that was one of my favorite albums. But that was really more of like a faraway type thing. It wasn't like Preem was really like in there and producing. But this one, they actually came together and they were working in the studio together. The whole thing with them only sampling Adrian Young's work, and I thought that ended up doing pretty well. I've been watching a couple of their interviews. My first impression of this thing was a 10. If anyone saw me when I was listening to this album first, they would have thought I was like on something. I was just smiling for about, what was it, 35 minutes straight. Primo, he surprises me every time I hear him, because obviously he came out in the 90s, right? And you know the type of music that he makes and the type of production that he makes, and you know that sort of sound. And so it always surprises me, and it shouldn't at this point, that he's able to make music with that sort of sound still. But it doesn't sound like he's like one of those golden age guys who's just not letting go and they don't want to change. No, it sounds modern enough where it's updated and it's not like, oh, I've already heard this before. That was the first thing that I noticed on this album. It was the production. I was like, man, this shit sounds modern, but just like really good. He manages to keep that hardcore 90s boom bap sound and always updated the formula, but not actually, you know, throwing away and doing something else. Although some of the beats are pretty simple on this, I saw that was one of the complaints that people had, that sometimes they just felt a little bit too oversimplistic. I think that was to really give Royce the shine, because Primo could, you know, layer the shit out of a song and it would sound great, but I don't think that's what Primo really wanted to do on this album as far as production. And I liked it. I think it worked well. I didn't think they were too oversimplistic. So the first track, PRhyme, the album title, this was a great way to begin the album. This was the perfect balance of Royce spinning introspective shit about him getting drunk, but he also adds that lyrical ability, the funny punchlines and the quotables that you love from Royce. And that's the thing, Royce spits with a purpose. He's not just spitting to spit. Sometimes he does that, but But on this one, I felt he was actually spitting with a purpose to say something he wanted to get off instead of just dissing everyone like he used to. Which, I do love that Royce, but this one seems a lot more focused. And the production, I could go on and on about the production with the bells and the flute during the hook and the guitar. I love the production on this album, yeah, but on this song specifically. And I love that whole last line about Royce only being quiet since he's been spending that lighter's money or whatever. That was funny. That sounded good. That's the second track. When I saw the features, I didn't know how this was gonna work with the song Ab-Soul and Mac Miller. I was like, maybe Ab-Soul could deliver a decent verse, and I was like, Mac Miller will, I don't really listen to Mac Miller that much, but I didn't think he could hold up with Royce. But surprisingly, the features actually did pretty well. Ab-Soul did pretty well. That's a twisted figure of speech. Hell is below you. I'm guaranteed heaven before I'm beneath the soil. That was a dope line by Ab-Soul. Mac, I thought, did a really good job on that track. I know some people are going to disagree with me, but I don't give a shit. But Royce was obviously the best. That first line or first two lines, I'm a regular dude chilling with thugs and legends. I got the cease contacts on my phone. I never delete. I keep my cellular plugged into heaven. And that's again, Royce is extending the rhyming lines, and then he hits you with that punch. That's what Royce is really good at doing. It's kind of like a comedian. The best comedians, in my opinion, they'll set up the story really well. Like they'll tell a story and you're going on and on and on, but not too long that it's too much and you get bored. He extends it so much to when the punchline comes in, it's just that much better. And I think Royce does that as well. A lot of these songs I had to rewind multiple times when I first heard it, because I was like, yo, did he just say that shit? Damn, he did just say that shit. So Royce has definitely surprised me a lot of this shit. You Lose, this is one of my favorite tracks on here. It was short, it was like 2 minutes. I really like this song. The production, first of all, was the first thing that I noticed. I love that shit, the way that he did the guitar. And again, Royce is hitting you with the left and right hooks lyrically. With the first 4 lines, Chris and Ryan again wishing anybody who wasn't wishing us well bankrupt. And then the line about as far as me, I'm still caught up in all that gun shit, still calling my bullets expendables because I couldn't believe I could fit them all in one clip. Exemplifying really good technical skill, and that was just some of the best punchlines that I thought Royce did on this album was on You Lose. You Should Know, again, one of my favorite tracks. I love the production on this one, and obviously Primo sampled the beginning with Malcolm X, and one of my favorite revolutionaries. And so I was like, okay, this is a good way to start the track. And then the production hits him with the drums and the trumpets, and I was like, yep, I like the song already. And Royce just goes in, especially the last line. You rappers half mildly retarded, whatever. It was really dope. Courtesy. This was some of the best wordplay and puns in my opinion as well. My next album gonna be so dark and so fly, they should package the CD in bat wings. I was like, what? And then I went back and I was like, wow, that's clever. The way the Premier used the organ sound was really good. Wishing this was the track that everyone was freaking out about, and rightfully so, because this was Primo's, like that beat change up was crazy. Obviously the slow beat was good, but the second one when he changed it up and he really sped it up, that was like, wow. Primo's best song production wise on this one. I know I've said that on other ones before, but this one I really did enjoy. And then Royce bodied that track. That last verse was like, ooh, come on Royce, like this shit's not fair. Common, he was a little bit underwhelming in my opinion. Like he just didn't bring anything that was surprising to me. I thought he would have went a little bit harder on a Primo track, like something he did with like Water for Chocolate, the Sixth Sense or something like that. He brought a disappointing verse, but the way Royce started that last verse, kick in the 4Ks on the floorboards, stay in the wardrobe, I'll board a jet cheap, fly the wave for sure to get deep, to show you crew my immortal technique. I just had to write so many quotables down on this one because Royce brings so many quotables that I would do a disservice to not mention them. Like that shit was crazy. 7 was To Me To You. That was the track with Jay Electro, and I was like, what? Last time I heard Jay Electro was Control. Like this dude, and again, obviously that was the thing that Royce was talking about at the beginning. How are you gonna sound after all these years? Yeah, I thought Jay Electro did his thing on this. Obviously he's doing that same out of this world, fucking other next level shit. But once you pull up Rap Genius and you recover what he's saying, it's like, oh, okay, that's clever. Royce was also dope. And then this one, I thought Royce was being a little bit more personal on this one. Royce doesn't go on and whine when he's being personal. He gives you punchlines, but it's like, oh wow, that was actually pretty deep. I love the production with the eerie sound of the song. I thought it did a pretty good job of creating the mood And it really set the center stage for the lyricist to shine, and it really did, because again, this is where Primo's being a little more simpler with the production, but it really helps the MC shine on the track. 8 was Underground King's my favorite. I keep saying this shit. Like, this is why I love this album so much, because I'm gonna keep saying this is my favorite track, favorite production, favorite line, because I love this thing front to end. I saw the 2 features, right? One of these things is not like the other. I'm pretty sure Schoolboy Q's not an Underground King anymore with the Oxymoron doing as well as it did. Killer Mike is an Underground King. That dude's been, he's been out since 2000s. Like, Killer Mike's been putting in work, and I'm happy to see him succeed. That's why I think a lot of people really give Killer Mike his props, and like when he steps in a room, he really gets the respect he deserves. Because Killer Mike's been doing this thing forever, and it's taken him a while to really get the recognition he deserves. That made sense as far as the title, and I didn't think it was gonna again be able to hold his own on the track, but he did. I thought Schoolboy Q delivered a really dope verse on this one. The production as well, it was really dope. The way that he did the piano and how it would come into the dusty drums. The drums were loud as fuck on that one. The drums throughout the whole track was dope. The features were sick. Killer Mike brought one of the best features on there. The whole slum village, the slum lord thing. Royce brings that funny line. I have this written down. As soon as I see her wake up, I be fucking her raw. If she a B or an A cup, make her fuck in a bra. Like, again, he's bringing funny shit. I haven't heard lyrics that like aggressive, that well done, and that unapologetic in a while. Obviously, Eminem's known for that shit, but Royce is as well. And I thought he was able to capture classic Royce that everyone really likes with more technical and focused Royce. And this one was really just straight verses, no real central idea. Number 9, Microphone, PRhyme. This was obviously the sequel to Slaughterhouse's Microphone off their first album. This song basically just makes me wonder what a whole Slaughterhouse PRhyme produced album would sound like, because that was the original idea of the album. I thought Dwele and Royce brought the best verses on that track with the loud slapping drums. The way the drums and the keyboard was used, it was contradictory, but it was just done well. Overall, I fucking love this thing top to bottom. This is one of my favorite albums of 2014, really. I will be coming out with a top 10 albums of the year with 2 other people that I'm going to be doing the video with, my friend Sebastian and Nick, that you guys know of. Hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. Yeah, I really haven't heard this sort of raw lyrical ability with the 90s boom bap classic sound modernized in a while. That's why I really like this album. It brought everything together, lyrical ability, boom bap sound. I would rate this thing a 9 overall. The only thing is, it was 2 things. One is, it was pretty short. Again, 9 tracks. I wish there was maybe like 2 or 3 more tracks on this. That would have really sealed the deal. I'd have been a happy customer. And I hear that they're going to put out a deluxe version with deluxe songs or whatever. I'm really waiting for that. And apparently they were going to get Black Thought on there. If they can get Black Thought, oh my god, he'd kill it. I'd love to see what they do with another. I definitely want to see this collaboration again. I'd love to see what they're going to do with another album, because here's the thing. For some people, they can't really take this sort of stuff for 9 tracks. Just really straight lyrical ability, straight lyrics, without a really central idea. Like, maybe some of them had a central idea, like To Me To You. You have to delve in a little bit into the lyrics to really get the central idea, but it's not like these are really revolved or theme based. I think it's up to Primo to make the beats a little bit more layered. Obviously, he had to do, it was a bit of a challenge. I love the sound. I'm not saying it was bad. I want to see Royce tackle more varied subject matter, like the way Run the Jewels does it, where they're lyrical and they're funny and they do the punchlines. They also cover varied subjects, like with Sea Legs, Do Dope Fuck Hope, Crown, or Early. They cover social issues, and I want to see Royce, maybe if he, I don't know if he's politically conscious or not, like really that politically conscious. He doesn't have to be, but just tackle different subjects, and I'd like to see what he'd be able to do with that. I think Royce's next step as far as an MC, because Royce has always been sort of undervalued, because he has the technical ability and the skills and the talent, but I think his next step is to do something that Pharaoh Monch did with Pharaoh Monch. I fucked up his name last video. I call him Pharaoh Monch, my bad. The way he concept their theme-driven albums, but the themes and the subjects allow him to still do the battle rhymes and the lyrical killer that Royce wants to do, going to war with the music industry or going to war literally, and then coming back post-traumatic stress disorder, what's going on in the world, what's going on in his neighborhood. He does a good job in tackling different subject matter. I think that's Royce's next step as an MC to really take him to the next level. I'd like to see a theme-based album, but I don't know how that would work. but at least something where it has an underlying message. And yeah, this was a great album. I fucking love this shit. I really want them to put out more albums like this. Before I leave, make sure to follow the Instagram at The Real Hip Hop. Wait, no, that's Twitter. Make sure to follow the Twitter at The Real Hip Hop. Make sure to follow the Instagram at The Real HipHop Heads. You know, just see what the fuck's going on there. Subscribe if you haven't so far. That's awesome. Like, comment, do whatever. And yeah, I hope you guys
I
enjoy
love this album.
Top to bottom.
Sorry, I just heard Sebastian is doing a video with you?
Yeah, it's Sebastian and Nick.
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Make sure to follow the Instagram. Follow the... Owen, can you... Owen! Is the camera still going? Okay, yes it is. Okay, I was about to be saltined. Okay, I'm about to end the video. Get up. Real quick.